Hello everybody, I'm Obol and I'm back with a new HEAVENSCAPE devlog. First of all, I want to say that I'm blown away with the reception the first devlog got. I was honestly expecting like 10 views, 1 being me, 8 being my friends, and the 1 left being a random old lady who doesn't quite know how to use YouTube yet. But we got over 1,000 views and over 100 new subscribers. Thank you so much. I hope you'll enjoy this devlog as well. So there's a lot of new stuff since last devlog. An HP bar, a really basic currency, an incomplete dash and charge attack, some visual changes, a new weapon, the background music for the first biome, and as the title says, some basic items. Let's take a look at them. The way I'm making items on HEAVENSCAPE is really similar to, let's say, Enter the Gungeon or Hades. If you play those games, you know that items have different rarities. The better the item, the higher the rarity is. Now, you may be thinking HEAVENSCAPE is going to use the usual CBAS system as most games do. Well, yes, but actually no. See, the game is basically using that system, given with a few name changes, except for one small difference: shiny items. Basically, there are common items, rare items, relics, and unique items, but some of them may have a shiny counterpart. Shiny items are variants of already existing ones. Think void items in Risk of Rain, but without the penalty of losing the original one. For example, take the Old Man's Boots and the Golden Beetroot, a common and a unique item respectively. Both of them have shiny variants, the Winged Boots and the Enchanted Golden Beetroot. Boots give you speed and curse, while the Beetroot gives you strength, luck, and defense while in full health. On the other side, shiny Boots give you even more speed without the curse, while shiny Beetroot gives you the same exact buff forever. Now, you may be wondering, isn't that a little broken? Getting the same or even better effects without the small debuff or condition would break things a little, wouldn't it? And to that I say, yes, and that's kind of the point. Let's say HEAVENSCAPE is done, and it has lots and lots of content. Whenever you open a chest, the first thing the game has to do is check if you get an item or a weapon, so 70-30. Then you get the item, but now the game must decide if it is a passive or active item. Meaning an item that is constantly giving you an effect or one that only does when you press a button. I haven't talked about active items yet, but all you need to know is that there aren't shiny actives. Let's say there's an 80% chance of it being a passive item and 20% of it being an active one. Now you have a 50% chance of getting a common item, a 35% chance of getting a rare item, a 10% chance of getting a relic, and a 5% chance of getting a unique one. Even then, you got lucky and obtained a unique item. Hooray! Is it shiny too? No, probably not. See, the way I want to do this is once the game decides which item to give you, it must only then check if said item has a variance. If it doesn't, then you just get the item. If it does, then you will have a 30 in 500 chance of getting the shiny variant. Meaning in most runs, you won't even see a single shining item. The only reason they're here is to make some of the runs stand out from others. Not only because you get a good item, but because you get a really rare thing too. And I personally think that's just fun. I could be wrong though, but that's part of the purpose of these devlogs. Talking about the stuff I'm working on and reading your thoughts about it down in the comments so I can make a better, more interesting and fun game. Having said all this, here are some of the items I've already designed. Some are implemented, some are not. You have already seen some of them in action on the background gameplay, so let's skip to the new weapon. Earlier I said this: whenever you open a chest, the first thing the game has to do is check if you get an item or a weapon. Which may have confused you a little, since so far I have only shown a single weapon, the Iron Pipe, a simple melee weapon. Well, in HEAVENSCAPE there are 2 types of weapons you can get, melee and ranged weapons, which means
for his neutral special, he wields a gun.
I don't want to get too much into it, because weapons will probably get their own devlog alongside active items in the future, since I'm still working on the basics for them. So for now, all you need to know is you can both hit enemies with stuff and shoot enemies with stuff. That's it. Hey, you've made it to the end of the video. I'm really thankful for all the support I've gotten with what I thought would be content for myself, basically. I wasn't expecting that at all, so it makes me really happy to see people actually interested in my game. If you want to see more of it, you can go follow me on Twitter. I post pictures or videos of the game every Saturday and sometimes during the week. I also talk about some random stuff, like how I hit traps and I think they're evil, or just stuff I'm currently playing. I mentioned some background music for the game, and I kinda wanted to put that in here somewhere, but I didn't find a good moment to do that. And I'm not really sure if you guys really would be interested in that, so let me know in the comments if I should slide a part of the song in the next devlog or just get the full song out here on YouTube for you guys to listen to. I don't know. Yeah, that's it for today. Let me know what you think of the project in the comments, because I love reading the comments. And subscribe if you aren't and would like to see more of the game. Yeah, I think that's it. Bye!